Hello and welcome to another episode of Cryoto's Maintenance Management, where we dive deep into the strategies, tools, and technologies shaping the future of maintenance. I'm your host, Bruce, and today we're going to unpack a powerful methodology that has been transforming industries worldwide: DMAIC, part of the Six Sigma approach. To help us explore how DMAIC can be a game changer in maintenance management, we have Alex, our go-to expert in maintenance management and IoT. Welcome back to the show, Alex.
Thanks, Bruce. It's always exciting to be here and share insights on how we can leverage methodologies like Six Sigma to improve our operations.
Absolutely. So DMAIC, it's a term that many in our audience might have heard, but not everyone might be familiar with how it applies to maintenance. Could you start by explaining what DMAIC stands for and why it's so integral to the Six Sigma methodology?
Of course. DMAIC stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. It's a systematic, data-driven approach used to improve processes and reduce variation. Six Sigma, at its core, is all about achieving near-perfect quality and performance. In maintenance management, DMAIC helps us systematically tackle problems, enhance equipment reliability, and ultimately reduce costs. What makes it so powerful is that it's not just a quick fix, it's a thorough process that drives sustainable improvements.
That's a great overview, Alex. Let's take our listeners through each phase. Starting with define, what exactly are we defining in this phase, and how does it set the stage for success?
In the define phase, the goal is to clearly outline the problem we need to solve. In maintenance, this could mean identifying chronic equipment failures, high repair costs, or even safety incidents that occur too frequently. We also define the project's scope, goals, and the stakeholders involved. This phase is critical because it lays the foundation for everything that follows. By being specific about the problem and the desired outcomes, we ensure that everyone involved is on the same page from the start.
And I imagine that having clear definitions helps in the next phase. Measure, what does the measure phase look like in a typical maintenance scenario?
Absolutely, Bruce. In the measure phase, we're collecting and analyzing data related to the problem we've defined. This could involve gathering historical data on machine performance, downtime records, or even maintenance logs. The objective here is to establish a baseline. Basically, we need to understand the current state before we can make any meaningful improvements. By measuring key metrics like mean time between failures or mean time to repair, we set the stage for data-driven analysis and decision-making.
Data is indeed king. Moving on to analyze, this is where you start to uncover the root causes of the issues, correct?
Exactly, Bruce. In the analyze phase, we dive deep into the data we've collected to identify the root causes of the problem. For example, if a piece of equipment keeps breaking down, we might discover that it's due to improper usage, insufficient maintenance, or even a flaw in the design. We use various tools like fishbone diagrams, failure mode and effects analysis, and Pareto charts to pinpoint where things are going wrong. The aim is to understand why the problem is occurring so that we can address it at its source rather than just treating the symptoms.
That makes a lot of sense. And once you've pinpointed the root cause, you move into the improve phase. How do you ensure that the improvements you make are effective and sustainable?
In the improve phase, we develop and implement solutions to address the root causes identified in the analyze phase. These improvements can range from tweaking maintenance schedules, upgrading equipment, implementing predictive maintenance technologies, or even re-engineering certain processes. The key is to pilot these solutions first, test them on a small scale to ensure they actually work before rolling them out organization-wide. We also rely heavily on data during this phase, using it to track the effectiveness of the improvements and make adjustments as needed.
And the final phase, control, ensures that these improvements stick. What are some strategies for maintaining control over the processes?
In the control phase, we establish mechanisms to sustain the improvements we've made. This might involve standardizing new procedures, implementing ongoing training for maintenance teams, or setting up dashboards to continuously monitor key metrics. We also put in place controls like statistical process control to detect any variations that could lead to the problem resurfacing. The goal is to make the new processes the standard way of doing things, ensuring that the improvements are long-lasting and continuously driving value.
This all ties back to the idea of continuous improvement, doesn't it? DMAIC isn't just about fixing problems, it's about evolving and refining processes over time.
Exactly, Bruce. Continuous improvement is at the heart of DMAIC. It's a mindset as much as it is a methodology. By continuously measuring, analyzing, and refining our processes, we create a culture of excellence that leads to better performance, higher reliability, and ultimately, greater customer satisfaction.
That's really insightful, Alex. Before we wrap up, do you have any final thoughts or advice for maintenance professionals who might be considering implementing DMAIC in their operations?
My advice would be to start with a well-defined, manageable project, something with clear, tangible outcomes. Engage your team early in the process because DMAIC is most effective when it's a collaborative effort. And most importantly, be patient. DMAIC is thorough for a reason, and the benefits of that thoroughness are well worth the investment. Once you see the results, you'll understand why it's such a powerful tool.
Fantastic advice, Alex. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise with us today. I'm sure our listeners will find this discussion incredibly valuable. For those tuning in, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe to Cryodos Maintenance Management and share it with your colleagues. Remember, continuous improvement is a journey, not a destination. Until next time, keep striving for excellence in your maintenance practices.